All right, we're gonna try a new video, way of videoing right here. It's called Director's Cut on my phone. It's pretty cool. I've posted one of these before, but I never really messed around with it, where you can see the shooter and the target at the same time. So this is for the Tim Neville 100 arrows at a paper plate challenge. I'm doing it a little differently because we don't own paper plates, because I have a dishwasher and I use real plates. Not throwing them away, especially expensive as they are. So what I'm going to do is, if you can see my 18-in-1 down there, I have the big side facing me, so that yellow circle down there is actually smaller than a paper plate diameter. So as long as my arrows stay within inside that big yellow circle, we're good to go as far as being inside a paper plate. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be shooting the WF-21. This is my hunting rig, off the shelf, with the Push AccuTune and the Hoyt X-Tours, with my hunting arrows, which is the Black Eagle Instincts 4-fletched with 3-inch trad vanes, 400 spine, 275 up front. And here we go. We're gonna do all this cold. I hadn't shot not one arrow yet. Just kind of set it up. I ain't even got my hat around backwards. Hold on a second. I'm not even ready. And I want to try to do it all on video. I don't know if anybody else has done it on video, but I'm going to try to break this up into, I don't think I'm going to do all 100 today. I'll probably do like 30, 30, and 4. Yeah, I might do like 40, 40, and 20 or something like that. But anyway, hopefully this will pick up. I'll post it on YouTube, and then I'll post a link. I'm 20 yards right here. I can do the old range finding thing, but I don't guess it really matters. You either trust me or you don't. All right, here we go. I've got 6 arrows to shoot. I don't know if I'm going to shoot all 6 at the same time, or if I'm going to break it up like 3 and 3. We'll see. Hopefully you can see me, see the target. All right, here we go. Cold shot. All right, first arrow good. Now let's see if I can do the other 99. I'm doing a little bit different aiming method, and I'll explain this as I go. I'm gonna try out the, you ever shot trad vanes? Got old rip in that one. It seems to still shoot pretty decent. Second arrow is good. Try to save my nocturnals for my last shots. Third arrow looks good. All right, time for some nocturnal shots. I do 5 arrow groups so I can keep the count better, or keep the count easier. Ooh, I think I hit that one a little high. I might be in a little line breaker. That one's a little high, no doubt. This is a broken nocturnal right here. It ain't gonna light up, but we're gonna use it anyway. It's a little high too. All right, let's go down now. I think I got 2 liner calls on my very first one, but they're both in. Whew, that's close. I got that one there. All right, so there's 5 arrows in. Let me pause it. Actually, I went to pull this, and I do got a little black, so I was out on one. All right, now I'll pull it. All right, so I said I was aiming a little bit differently. I've been doing it for about 3 days now. I'll explain while I let the old back rest up for a second. I got 5 arrows shot, 4 out of 5 in. It's a little bit smaller than a pie plate. That yellow circle is probably, I'll put a measurement on it, but it's only about the size of like a cantaloupe. So anyway, new aiming method. I can't really describe, well, I can describe it, but I can't really show it to you because it's more like just the way I see the arrow tip. So before, when I was aiming, I would really hyper focus on the target, making the target really crystal clear. And then what I would see down range was just an arrow in my peripheral, but very blurry. And I guess I'm getting old, and I would lose the arrow tip a lot of times, especially in like certain lighting situations, like when it would be real dark in the woods, like in pines or something like that on a 3D course. I would lose the arrow tip bad sometimes, to the point where I couldn't even see the arrow tip, and I would have to try to split focus in between the target and the arrow, pick the arrow back up, and that would just mess my whole shot process up. So I got to thinking the other day, after shooting a lot of iron sights, pistols, you're supposed to really focus on the front sight when you're shooting pistol, and the target is blurry. So I've never really tried that with archery. I've always made the target crystal clear and the arrow blurry. So I figured, why not? Let's just give it a whirl, and it seems to be working okay. I mean, I'm only 3 days in, so I mean, I don't want to say it's the end all be all yet, but I'll leave it close on me this time. I don't want to say it's the end all be all yet, but it seems to be working pretty well. So I'm gonna stick with it. All right, second 5 down. I'll shoot till I'm tired. All right, back in there. And I'll save the nocturnal for last. Of course, it's going to be every other arrow I pull out. Ooh, wasn't a great shot. But she's in now. Tripped me out for a second because the fletching was not behind the point. Now sweat bees are gonna find me. This ought to be fun. 3 arrows down. Bad release on that one. Hopefully I hung it in the side there. It's got good up and down, but I was a little left on that one. Yeah, it's in there. Seemed to come out from my face. Shot that arrow right to the left. Probably 2 inches from where I really wanted to be. Arrow number 10. Nice. Felt like a good follow through. All right, let's go check them out. Not too bad. At least all 5's in this time. All right. 2 center, 2 off just to the left there, and then 1 just below center. All right, I'll pause this, pull my arrows out. All right. Just to give an idea of how big this circle is. If I can do that. See my hand, well, crap, spread out. It's almost bigger than the circle. So I'm shooting at a circle, probably the size of my hand with my fingers spread out. However big that is, I know a paper plate's bigger by a good little margin, but I just like the challenge of shooting at a smaller target, honestly. And we ain't got no paper plates. All right, I'll zoom in on the target this time. It must be sweat bee breeding season because they done found me. All right, 3rd set of 5. A bit right, but I think I'm all right. Yep, she's on the right side. Pretty good height, but just a little right. I'm gonna move us over a step here. I'm not quite in line with my target here. There we go, that's better. A little bit low left, still in there. Had been shooting a heck of a whole lot. Just getting over COVID. My birthday was July the 22nd and I got COVID on July the 23rd. Happy birthday to me. shots in there. Oh yeah, it's in there. We're good. Got a funky angle to it. Should be 4. Yeah, it's 4 errors. Error number 5. All right. That's pretty decent right there on that last shot. I didn't really read the rules, but I wasn't sure if we were supposed to do all these at once or not. But there's 5 more arrows in the target, and I don't know, it's close, but it's in there for sure. All right. So 14 out of 15 in. I'm gonna pause it and pull these arrows. All right. Ooh. At the starting line. Arrow 16. It's in there. Dropped it about a little bit low at the center. Gonna be on the bottom. Gonna be a liner call. I think it's in there. Woo! Bottom finger slipped off the string on that one. I about let it go. Good shot. It's kind of hard to tell with them nocturnal sometimes exactly where the tip is in relation to the point. That one was just under the black center circle. It's a good letdown. Ah, screwed the pooch on that one. Totally gripped and ripped that one. No bueno. Oh, the nocturnal ain't on there. I can't see it. there by my other nocturnal in the center. Horrible shot on that one before that. Oh well. Let it go and let it roll. Put another one in the center right after it. They need to let it run a good round. All right, put that one inside the yellow tube. This is as real as it gets, folks. All right, I got my one out here. That one's real close, but she's in. And then my other three in the center here. These two and that one. All right. 2 out of 20. Pause it and pull them. All right. Next shots will get us to 25. I'm gonna zoom in on me a little bit so I can rewatch this and critique some shot form. I always love adding the camera in as a form of stress in the shot. I mean, for me, that's a pretty big circle down there. And I've missed it twice in 20 arrows now. Would the deer still be dead? Depends on which way it's facing. But still, I don't want to miss it. All right, 21, shot 21. Right in the middle. This beer's messing with my anchor a little bit. Keep having to brush it out of the way. It's tickling my nose there for a second. But me and Mr. Kraus have a see whose beard can be bigger by the end of the season bet going. He's probably going to win because he's half mountain man. I'm going to give him a run. A little to the right, but still in. Pretty good. Let me see where it's at. Okay, it's just off center. That was awesome. I had old sweat bee sitting on the end of my arrow flying up and down. I just used it as a little concentration practice. Instead of letting it break my process, I just pushed through. Arrow 4. I think it's just right on top of center. See, it's right in center. 25. All right, here to click clack. Put that right in the center with the rest of them. That's a pretty good round right there. Pretty proud of that one. Sweat bees flying on the arrows, landing on my calves. I had one close one to the right edge, but pretty proud of them three right there. Right on center. All right, I'm gonna pause this and pull the arrows. And that little 3-stack group like that, I can do that quite often off camera. That's why I like this video right here. It adds that little element of stress to the shot, which is not going to emulate a big buck, but it's better than nothing, and it's more than just shooting with nobody watching. All right, it's 25 arrows. We'll do 30. We can make it to 30. Zoomed in for them. Zoom out for this one. I'm not quite sure you can see the impact on the target, but maybe. All you can do in your shot is pull it back, anchor that thing where it needs to be, trust it, and run it. Don't get to overthinking it. The only real control we have is right up until the arrow is fired. So we got to do everything we can to mitigate the amount of movement that we impede on that arrow and that whole system before that arrow leaves the bow. Didn't feel right at all. Couldn't feel my back, none of that. I'd ran all the way through my shot too. My head was screaming let it go, but it just wasn't ready. Not until everything's perfect. It's easier said than done, but that's always the goal. A little high center. Good line, probably about 2 inches high center. bad. Grouped it with that high arrow, I think. I heard some shaft slappage, but I think it was with that higher arrow, which is okay. I mean, it's still well within okay for me. Now it's kind of in between the high arrow and the ones in the center. All right, arrow number 30, y'all. Make some noise. Wasn't right. Nothing felt right about that. I got into anchor. The anchor didn't feel right. I felt good in my back, run my shot. Just didn't feel right. Couldn't let it go. A little bit right on that one, but she's in there. I believe if I'd have let that last shot go, it'd have been out. It just didn't feel right at all. And to be honest with you, that one I had 2 groups ago that was low and out to the left, that shot didn't feel good either, and I let it go. So, lesson learned. Here we go. There's all my shots in. Got 3 dead center. There's that one that's high, one just a little bit out to the right. I'll take it. All right, I'm gonna pause it and get my arrows. All right, that's 30 arrows. Getting a little tired, but I'm gonna keep going. Just wanna make sure I'm still at 20, that I hadn't kicked my walnut shell out of the way. Good in center. Old Sweat Bee was hanging around about mid shaft on that one. Give me some rear sights. I was kind of worried about the new aiming method, staring at the arrow a little bit more. So I'm putting, before I was putting like 90% focus on the target and 10 on the arrow. Now I'm putting about 60% on the arrow and 40 on the target. And I was really worried that I was going to see a lot of movement of the arrow. And it's staying pretty rock solid in my sight picture. So didn't have near the movement I thought it would. Nice and center. Not a bad spot to put a nocturnal. I truly hope I get to connect on a nice old buck with this setup this year. that. That one, I held that one a touch longer than I really wanted to, but it ended well. It's actually in the center where that black, I call the center that black center circle of the yellow, and both them arrows are right in that. How many have I shot? Have I shot 2 or 3? I think I've shot 3. Yeah, I've shot 3. I can't tell where that first one is. It looks like it's almost on that center circle on the outer edge, but we'll see. Arrow number 4. There we go, not bad. Take it just off the center to the right. It would seem I need to shoot about 15 warm-up arrows before I go in the woods. Or 10, I can't remember when I started shooting decent. Those first couple of groups were kind of that one didn't land well. To be honest, I don't know exactly. Maybe it's just turned up with a fletch. It's in, but it felt like a better shot than that. It's in. It's okay. The fletch was a little lower than I thought, which it's not in a bad grouping with, you know. So this is the one I went ooh on, that one, but it's pretty much within that circle of those arrows. So I must have been just aiming kind of there off that pile of arrows. That's acceptable. All 5 in. I'm gonna pause it and pull them. So while making this video, I've produced this hole right here. So it would seem that I need to bump my center shot out ever so slightly. I could lower my limb weight just a hair to move the group out to stiffen the shaft a little bit, but I don't want to do that because my bear shaft's hitting right with my fletched arrows. Or it was yesterday. All right. So I've shot, what's that, 35 arrows? Let's make it to 40. Try to do 40 today, 40 tomorrow, and then 20 on the last day. Center. I know it's 100 arrows at a pie plate, but I don't think he specified it had to be done in one day. And to be honest, I would rather shoot 40 good arrows than 40 good arrows and then pick up bad form on the other 60. Didn't feel right. Didn't feel right. As Mr. Turner would say, nobody's got a gun to your head. Nope. Let that bow arm just drift right over. That one is out. But it's real. Back in the upper center. Starting to shake a little bit. I'll tell you, old Rona will wear you out. Muscular wise. Muscle fatigue sets in pretty good for a couple of weeks after you get rid of it, even when it's gone. Nice. Take that. I guess just lower center. Yep, just lower center. About a ½ inch off. Keep pulling my bear shaft out. All right, last one. Nice, right in the center. Right with that other lighted knock. Way to end after that bollocks arrow out right there. So cool, here we go. So I got a really nice grouping in the center. I got three center, one just off center, but I'll take that. And then we got the uh-oh. But that's real. That's 100% me and my abilities as it sits right now. I can't even, come back. Can't get my phone to stand up. So that's 40. I'll do the other 40 tomorrow or the next day, weather permitting. And I'll get this posted to the page, and I hope you enjoy the content. But this is Paul Helms signing out. Y'all shoot straight. God bless.